Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. You already know what to do. I'm going to try to give you a 10-minute rundown on just about everything that the Fed just covered, everything the Fed said. All right, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to look at a few things. All right. So, if you could do me a favor and hit the like button, let's go right into it. So let's just go over these fronts and then I'll tell you what I got from him. Jerome Powell on Fed. We are open to constructive criticism. Okay. He was questioned about Lisa Cook. That was a waste of time, right? Jobs are disappearing. All right. Inflation will move up this year. He did say that. Okay. The Fed is in a meeting by meeting situation, or as it pertains to future rate cuts. Okay. Let's see here. Fed Jerome calls the Fed rate a risk management cut. So he's calling this cut, which is 25 basis points, which is what he did, was already expected, a risk management, right? That doesn't sound too dovish or hawkish, okay? Risk between two goals have moved meaningfully, all right? And so those are some of the things that he said that they highlighted here. All right. So let's go into this, right? So he said he expected GDP, gross domestic product, he expected it to be 1.6 this year. So he expects GDP to be 1.6 this year and 1.8 next year. So he expects GDP to continue to grow, right? So no 50 basis point cuts. And he said the board meeting, the board of governors, the Fed board, there was not a lot of talk of people wanting him to do more. So instead of 25 basis points, there was not a lot of talk for by the other members for him, or more of a push for him to do 50. Follow? He said that was not a big deal. Housing remains weak. So housing has been weak and it remains weak, even though the interest rate now, yesterday on a 30-year fixed mortgage was, I believe, 6.1. So we're down to 6.1, which sounds crazy even saying we're down to 6.1, right? Downside risk to labor market has risen as the labor market continues to cool. So that is what's going on with the labor market. We're losing jobs. People are being laid off and no one else is, and they're less likely to be hired. Of course, minorities are hit the most when this happens. Okay. So that's why we need to invest. All right. They're not coming to save you, period. You gotta invest, minorities. You gotta stop buying and start investing. Okay, Fed is going to reduce the size. That's everybody, but especially minorities, because whenever jobs go away in a big way, you are the one that is affected the most. Let me say that again. You're the ones that are affected, or should I say affected the most with job loss, meaning more minorities are going to lose jobs, just the way it is, right? Fed is going to reduce the size of the balance sheet, right? So the Fed, they're going to be reducing their balance sheet, right? So let's go and let's look at a few things, as I am doing good on time. We're only 4 minutes in. See if I can stick to my word. So Bitmine did a loop-de-loop while he was talking, came right back, and now is up 4%. It dipped and then it surged back up, while strategy is down and did not return. So strategy went down and decided not to come back. You see the variation in the two, right? And remember, Bitmine is Ethereum. Strategy is Bitcoin. So for those of you that didn't catch my earlier video, we did a swing on AMPX. Here's a ticker symbol, AMPX warrants. We did a swing on the warrants. And look at this. Right now, 3.8, it went up 20%. So we made a quick 20% today. just by buying the stock and not risking uh, an option. Okay, 20% in a day is massive, good people. So look at this, Nasdaq. The Nasdaq dipped hard, so they both dipped hard. But that Nasdaq, you talking about a roller coaster. So it was up at a high here, and the Nasdaq literally dropped. Look at that, 256%. You look at every Fed meeting, good people. Look at this. This is how I generally make my money, but I couldn't today because I was trying to help the money movers. And then what? Came back up 263%. And so look at that. Ended the day pretty pretty flat, but still down negative 69 points. Okay. Um, what else? Let's go to my other. Boom. Let's go to the other one here. Look at what happened to the quantum computing stock. They all mooned. Look at that. D Wave was up 19%. Don't know where it is now. Quantum computing 5%. Rigetti 9%. IONQ 6%. We did that. Even SoundHound was negative, but it came back. All right. And so some of these good people, we were buying in money moves. Okay, we have some in our longer term portfolios. Now we're building a new portfolio. All right, so let's go here. These are the warrants. This is Rigetti warrants and D-Wave warrants. Look at what they did today. Rigetti up again, 19.5%, and D-Wave is up 33% today. These are not warrants, right? For those of you that was doing the SPY and the Qs, it was just pretty flat. Quantum computing, we did that. So what happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin remained flat. During the entire meeting, Bitcoin just remained flat. There was no real good, there was nothing big that happened with it. As you can see, Ethereum went up a little bit, but for the most part, crypto remained flat during the meeting, which I will take rather than it being a risk. Okay, good people. So I will tell you, come join me here at Money Moves. There we go. This is where we are building our new portfolio, and you guys could come out and just see what we're doing. So we had a plan for today in Money Moves, right? It's going to be the top link below. We had a plan for today. We had a plan. I got to see. We had a plan regardless of what the Fed did. Now, I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people are going to miss this, but just remember, 48 hours is usually what it takes for the stock market to decipher what the Fed just said. What the Fed just said, the market is trying to figure out all of the data, okay? And the forward guidance that he just gave with the Q and A. So the markets where they are now, they won't be here Friday, right? And so I kind of like the fact that we have this on a Wednesday and not a Friday, so we don't have a big shock by Monday. But by Friday, the market will have this figured out, and then we can readjust our positions and then go. I'm glad that crypto didn't tank, but there was some profit taking. That's why the NASDAQ was down by over 100% today. So the NASDAQ was just trending down, down, down as the sellers were selling, especially in big tech, okay? And the buyers were buying. So you had selling and buying going out. So that's going to continue over the next couple of days. Let's see what tomorrow brings, right? Now, we're still in September. We're still in September. Let's see what the rest of this month brings. If there's any dip from here on out, I will most likely be buying any significant dip, and I'll be holding for the end of the year. Okay. So guys, this weekend we will be in Hampton, Virginia. You've heard all about it. There'll still be a link below, right? Myself, I'm going to be speaking Friday. Then I'm going to bring up Stocks with Josh and Keenan towards the end on Friday. Then Saturday, I will also be there. Myself and David Robertson, the Admiral, will be on stage. And then we're going to bring Keenan Grace back up again for his testimony. And then Sunday, all three of us will still be there. This is a church. This is based on a faith and finances. But I don't care if you never stepped foot in a church before, you will learn something. We're going to impart into you. And then just come to meet us, all right? Just come to meet us. So if you're in the area, just come out. All 3 days, we'll be there all 3 days, okay? I did it. It is 10 minutes and 45 seconds. I love you guys. Make sure you check out the links below in the description. Live, love, laugh, and learn.